How much do you know about K-food? How much handshake have you eaten?
We invite you into the world of Korean food, of course, including the history and culture of it.
We'll introduce trendy foods and famous restaurants on Dish of the Day with
Chef Ryan Phillips.
hot off of last week with our video link up from the Food Expo up in Ilsan. Ryan's in the studio.
Thanks again for putting up with me on that. That's 5 years running. It was so much fun.
You take us around the whole hall and Food Expo career. What's better than that for this segment, Dish of the Day?
It's so cool to have over 50 countries represented in one big room.
Yeah.
And everybody's there working so hard, you know. And some folks don't have a little kitchen to play in. So we get to just feed everybody and make friends, you know, and share ingredients. You know, one day we were missing something and we went around and found it. You know?
Wow. Asking neighbors for a cup of sugar on a big scale.
Totally.
Did you come across anything new this time? Were there any ingredients or foods that you'd not seen there before?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There was a carbonated beverage. It had a little bit of balsamic vinegar in it.
Oh, what?
It was from Italy, and these two gentlemen, it was their company, these brothers.
Yeah.
And it's a non-alcoholic beverage, but it's kind of seems like wine, but with a little sourness of balsamic. It tastes really healthy, low sugar. I posted about it last week because it was so good. But yeah,
it tasted good.
Yeah, it was so good and so refreshing. It's something you could use in a cocktail or just add to some sparkling water or have it just like it. That one really surprised me.
I think carbonated health drinks now are the latest thing because I saw Manuka honey carbonated, and that tasted really good, like some natural sweetness in there. Yeah,
that's another big theme last year and this year is a lot of concentrates of fruit things, maybe frozen or maybe shelf stable at room temperature, but that's a huge thing being pushed these days from many countries around the world.
Yeah, and then you can put it into like carbonated water or something like that.
So you could use it on a mass scale for production of candy or of beverages or sauces or whatever it may be.
Nice. Bo says, I like Ryan's shirt. What's your favourite Pink Floyd album? Are you a Pink Floyd fan? I got to say, I'm not so much.
What?
Like, I don't think I know many Pink Floyd tracks, just
really?
full stop. Yeah.
Well, you know, concerts have a big influence on people. In my very first concert, I was like 14 years old, and it was Pink Floyd.
Wow.
And I was like 40 rows from the stage, and it was a packed stadium in Dallas.
You went because you were a fan, or?
I was a fan, but I was so much more of a fan after that show.
Wow. They were amazing.
It was incredible.
Wow.
And favorite album, God, that's a really tough one, but probably the shirt that I'm wearing, the Dark Side of the Moon. It's hard to beat. I could listen to that one over and over again.
Amazing. Today's hashtag, before we jump into things, is 부담, or burden or pressure, because we're talking about the World Cup, and, you know, the footballers on that global stage, there's pressure as well as having fun and being amazing. But for you as a chef, I would find that a massive pressure when you're cooking for like the masses or at an event or something like that, even the Food Expo. Do you feel that burden?
You know, not usually on the food itself, because I feel really in control of that in most cases. But what I really feel burden of is you know, whenever I promise to deliver anything, there's usually a time element involved. And having your staff there on time and worrying about that kind of stuff, or set up, and if somebody else is late, that weighs on me tremendously.
Really?
If I'm relying on other folks and they're not quite doing or showing up, then it just kills me.
I can imagine that's hard to like, and I guess that's why kitchens, you sometimes see those old school clips. There's a lot of fiery tempers in there because you all need to be on the same page.
I've been that guy before.
Yeah,
I've been that guy.
You've been the Gordon Ramsay.
Maybe not that bad, but yeah, yelling at people late. Yeah.
Sometimes you need it to like produce the results that are needed that day for a certain number of people.
I've told people to just turn around and go home.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like it's not worth it you being here. Wow.
Yeah, because it'll just bother me more.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wow.
But you gotta lighten up, you know.
Yeah.
There's a shift in the industry now, because I came up in that time where you cut yourself, or if you do a no call no show. You know what that is, right? You don't call and you don't show up both. Then you're done, right?
Yeah.
And if you cut yourself on the line, then you just wrap it up and go back to work.
Okay.
That kind of, and that probably isn't healthy. I mean, I don't know. I'm still on the fence a little bit.
We're a bit old school, right?
But
nowadays, not so much.
Well, there's been a lot of mass canceling of chefs that have done that stuff in the past.
But surely no call, no show is not okay still, right?
Right.
You can't just not show up, right? That's ridiculous.
But there are sometimes excuses that
I suppose an emergency or something.
Yeah, and then you don't want to push people so hard that they don't take care of their health.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. There's a line, isn't there?
Right. So maybe be a little more human, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Okay. Today's dish, because it's World Cup, that's why we chose the hashtag Pudam or Pressure. We chose the dish because this is so closely related with the World Cup. Korean people absolutely must eat this while watching the World Cup. I'm not sure about this time because of the time that the games are being aired, but can you introduce the dish that we're going to eat like troopers in the morning?
Korean fried chicken for breakfast.
Yeah, KFC, Korean fried chicken. In Korea, this is just chicken, and then other chicken foods are known as tak yori. So don't get confused when you're talking about eating chicken in Korea and you're like, oh, it's got to be fried. That's what we call fried chicken. You can say like tigim dak or tak tigim. Huraide, yeah, using the English word. But yeah, in English we'll describe it as Korean fried chicken. Wow. So we got two types in here. Have you ever eaten it while watching football?
No.
Oh,
maybe in 2008 was it?
I think we had the World Cups 2002, 6, 10, 14, 18, 22. I think
10.
Maybe all 4. I have eaten chicken while watching the World Cup.
Yeah.
And you going to a chicken gym, like a chicken place, and watching it on the screen with the big 2-liter beer pitcher with the chicken. That's amazing.
So much fun back when. What was that? 3 or 4 World Cups ago here. What was it?
2010.
Yeah.
Were you here in 2002 when we got to the semi-finals?
No, sir.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
the atmosphere there. And I don't know if chicken and football had quite got their relationship concrete then, because I don't remember eating too much fried chicken. I mean, fried chicken was a thing, and the yangnam tongdak was a thing, but it wasn't so associated with chicken at that time.
I was telling Brazilian friends last week that the happiest I've ever seen Koreans in public was after that game in 2010. I forget who it was against, but it was before the Uruguay game because the next
because we lost that one.
But it was a surprise win, kind of.
I think it might have been Greece. We beat 2-0. Park Ji-sung was playing.
It was
then.
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, in Suwon, we're in a busy area, and people were jumping in the fountain, and strangers were hugging.
Amazing.
And you just don't. It really reminded me of being in Brazil during the World Cup back in the day, and it's a special time.
It is a special atmosphere. This year, I mean, there was a bit of dampener because people aren't so on board with the team due to the FA and other reasons. But now that we've won our first match, everyone's on board.
Yeah.
I think chicken restaurants were a bit disappointed when they saw the kickoff times, but I'm sure there are still people ordering chicken at 10 in the morning and eating it as well.
Yeah.
And so
probably
we're going to do a deep dive. So we got a picture for you guys. This is like the old school whole chicken. Is there a name for how this is prepared? Like flattened out?
Tongdak?
I mean, like chef word in English.
Oh, yeah. Well, some people say frogged.
Frogged. Oh, it does look like I can see what they mean.
Yeah.
Like squashed down, spatchcocked.
Yeah.
And so that is the whole thing fried. I like this old school way.
Well, and actually, really super old school was without even any cornstarch or flour on it, or any batter, or any dredge.
So just the chicken deep fried.
The chicken, yeah.
And then I guess the skin just crisps up and stuff like that.
There are different stories about this, but one of them you've probably heard is back when the U.S. military was here in such a big way in the 50s, that some of the soldiers had showed them, hey, no, here's how we want you to do it. Let's put some batter on that and fry it.
And that's how it kind of originated.
Yeah, but then there's also recipes that go back way back in Korea that also used potato starch, actually, and some flour. Well, no, not flour, it was potato starch.
Okay.
And that's how you get that extra crispy.
Yeah, because the old school places, there are still some mum and pop places that have been around since like the 80s. You go there And it's almost like break your teeth crunchy.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is proper Korean old-style chicken.
They're double fried. Yeah. I mean, and we're talking like 8 to 12 minutes fried, and then it sits and drains, and then another 8 minutes fried.
Wow.
And so you'd think, well, as long as it's on the bone, it won't dry out too much, fresh chicken. Korea has the best fresh chicken, guys. I gotta
really?
say. Yeah, because, the country's, you can get delivery in one day anywhere in the country other than maybe Jeju Island. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's 2, at the most. And so the same thing with all of our food here. It's just so fresh. So when I get chicken, I mean, those were probably slaughtered like that morning or the day before.
Wow.
And we just don't have that in the West.
Yeah, it's coming from a factory that's thousands of miles away.
A few places, that produce tons, and then maybe the slaughterhouse is away from there, and then another. Yeah, so we get really good quality ingredients here.
And here's the other main style. If plain fried is one style, then this is the other style, and this will come in like panban, right? Half, which is what you've brought in today as well. This is the yangnyeom. So this is fried, but it's also got the coating of like sweet, sour, spicy sauce.
It's not very spicy. You can order them spicy for sure, but it's more sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ketchup and it's gochujang, and it's a little bit of soy sauce, and it's very addictive. And this is what Westerners are learning as Korean fried chicken.
Yeah, because the other style, you get fried chicken all over the world, right? Even in the UK, you'd get it, and it would be maybe packaged as Kentucky style or South US style. But yeah, this version, the Yangnyeom version, I remember having that early 2000s from Koreatown in the UK and thinking, oh, this is unique. This is different, right? You don't get that kind of sauce on your fried chicken.
First time I had one of the main brands back when I first came to Korea, somebody brought it over in delivery, and I was like, what is oh my God. Oh my God. It really is something.
Yeah. It's delicious. And that plate is representing the panban, the half. And then after this, you talk about panban in so many ways now. Half of foods like, I don't know, you can get half jjajangmyeon, half jangpyeong with the Chinese cuisine. Right. But that really kicked it off, the panban chicken, I think. And
great way to go, because all the sugar is too much for me. You too?
Yeah,
you too?
Not the whole portion of that.
But you kind of want some, so you can get the sauce on the side and dip on your own. That's a good option. But the bonbon's a nice way to go too.
Satisfies everyone, doesn't it? And yeah, like Chef Ryan said, if you're just getting regular Yangnyeom chicken, most places is not spicy to the point where even kids can't eat it. My kids love it since they were young, so don't let it put you off the reddish colour. It's not that spicy at all. Right. We'll be back eating it in part 2, telling you a bit more about it, and we want to know what's in your fridge. Also, what do you eat when you watch football? Tell us. That'll be interesting. We're going to play To Us, Dream With Us, the official support song of the South Korea national football team at the World Cup. Dish of the day on a Monday this week. Peter's on the Block is tomorrow, but we're talking chicken, fried chicken specifically, Korean fried chicken, because this is the representative World Cup food. When you're watching it at home, you order fried chicken. And there were fears that this year fried chicken places wouldn't get that boost from extra sales. But during the Czech Republic match, which was last Friday at 11 a.m., there was 4 times their usual volume of orders at that same time slot. And apparently offices were ordering it in for their workers. So there's a new trend of daytime chimaek, chicken and beer. I don't know how many bosses are going to be happy about that.
And the Korean chicken restaurants can handle the volume. Have you seen the numbers?
Oh, really?
It is crazy, dude. I have a note here so I can get it exactly right. Yeah. As of 2026, there are 40,000 fried chicken restaurants in South Korea.
Wow.
With 1,800 more operating internationally by Korean brands in 60 countries.
Amazing. Yeah, Korean fried chicken abroad has become big as well.
That's it.
Yeah, and you're right. I think foreigners abroad, they do want like maybe the yangnyeom or something that is specifically Korean. And there are so many different types, which we'll run through as well if we have the time.
Right.
Don't forget what's in your fridge in part 3, so tell us your ingredients and we'll get to that. Ben says, I tried K-Chicken from the famous BBQ chicken restaurant. Oh, that's a really well-established brand. It was so good with 3 different levels of spiciness. Yeah.
Siska writes in, here we usually don't really eat when watching sport matches. In the stadium, only light snacks like popcorn or potato chips, for example, because people are so into the game itself, not distracted by food.
What's it like in the US? Because I think food and drinking culture at the sports games in Korea took after the US, because in the UK there's literally nothing while you're watching the game.
Really?
You're not allowed alcohol if you can see the pitch. That's a rule as well.
Okay, yeah. No, in the States we definitely have a lot of food around.
Like hot dogs and things like that.
Sure, absolutely.
Fried chicken?
Could be, but I would say more like burgers, hot dogs, barbecue. Maybe chicken wings still too. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, that sounds like regular sports bar food as well. We're going to eat the chicken because I'm hungry. It smells amazing. And let's show you what we've got in the studio. We got the two versions here. The yangnyeom over here, you can see the colour difference, and then the plain fried over here. And then this is also key.
Yeah.
You need the cubed radish, right? Is it right to say pickled or...
It's brined, yeah,
Brined.
pickled, yeah.
And this cuts through
sugar,
the fattiness.
sugar, vinegar, salt, and water.
So easy
Real
to do
simple.
at home.
Oh, yeah.
And then leave
Four
it in for how
ingredients.
long?
Well, if you put a hot brine on it, then you could leave it out of the fridge overnight and then throw it in the fridge. Maybe 2 days later, it'll be just like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of like the simplest, cheapest panchan. But you got to have some panchan like that to cut the fat from the fried chicken.
Especially
Or
for
the sweetness.
Koreans, because we don't like that oiliness, like sticking around. We call it, nukye. Like
You're
it's too
right. You're
oily.
right. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure it out.
Yeah.
But
I was
yeah.
like, in the West, we just eat a lot of that and just get on with
Exactly.
it. Right?
Just have another burger
Yeah.
and some fries and then a milkshake and then you won't be bothered.
Yeah, but once you've lived in Korea for a few years, you go back and you eat like that a couple of meals in a row. You're like, oh my God.
You're like, I really need my kimchi.
You just feel so lethargic as well. All right, so let's tuck in. Which one should we go for? Maybe the plain fried first.
I think
right?
that's the smart choice, yeah.
You go for whichever
well,
piece.
which piece do you want?
I
you
like
want that
all
wing?
pieces. So
I'll go for it. I'll
okay.
go for it.
I'm going to
Make
go
our
for the little one.
PD and him jealous. Eat the wing.
Because, this is not obviously the whole thing fried. This is more common, right? You get it just chopped up with the bone still in it and all the beardy bits as well. And then you just get off the meat. Oh, look at that. A bit of ASMR on the microphone. Obviously, this has been sitting here for a little while, so it's not as crispy as it would be if you got it delivered straight away.
I'm afraid we still can't get fried chicken delivered this early in the morning.
Oh, but this is good. And
this is kind of old school. Yeah.
Absolutely, right. Where did you get this from, by the way? Was it an old school place or just one of the brands?
What's the one that starts with a P? Pelican?
There's Pelicana.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
That is kind of old school as well. Like even the image of it too.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is. I think even the way it looks is kind of old school because nowadays you've got lots of them that are breadcrumbed and they have all this fancy kind of batter. This just looks like it could be almost homemade fried chicken.
So there is little, or when I look at this, I see a couple of things from the batter. There's little or no flour. It's just all cornstarch, right? Or potato starch, actually.
You can see that in the batter.
Yeah. Well, the texture of it. And then also, see how it's got bubbles in it? There's also baking soda or baking powder.
To make it bubble
Because
up like
when they
that.
get hot, they release gas. And then it puffs. Yeah.
And then here's the radish cube after you've had a bite of chicken. And this is also ASMR for any of our listeners who are only listening. And this, like we say, it cuts through all that fat. And then you can go again.
What's up?
And the fried chicken, I don't know, when I grew up with Kentucky style. And so you've got lots of spices in that batter, right? Lots of pepper as well. In Korean fried chicken, especially old school, there's not really any of that, right?
No.
It's just a very plain batter. And you might have salt and pepper to dip it into in the old school places, right?
Yeah, in Suwon is like one of the most famous little intersections of chicken restaurants.
Oh, there's a whole fried chicken street down there, right?
Huge. We did an American TV show, Milk Street.
Oh.
Filmed there with Joe McPherson.
Oh,
you know, Joe.
nice, yeah.
And it was really a lot of fun showing them that. And the very first time I ever went there, I went with these old school kind of Korean friends.
Yeah.
And everybody else is eating the bonbon.
Yeah.
And we're eating the whole fried with no batter. Oh. And I'm just looking around like, I want some flavor.
Yeah.
But they wanted to show me the real old school. And still to this day, you can get all the different types there. But,
and the old school, it does taste a little bit plain, I would say, the batter.
All they give you is a little bit of salt on the side.
Yeah, and you dip it in there. And the radish, right? Nowadays, a lot of places will give you, as a basic, the kind of yum sauce, which is the red, very slightly spicy, but more sweet sauce that you get on the other one. And that might be it. But lots of places now have developed their own. The sauce that I had recently that was amazing was corn flavor sauce. Oh, wow. Sweet corn flavor sauce. So it's a creamy kind of yellow sauce. Tastes like sweet corn.
Oh, dear.
Like the crisps or the potato chips we get here with the corn. Well, they're corn chips, aren't they?
Okay.
It's not bad. It just tastes like you're eating corn chips with chicken.
Wow.
It's not bad at all. Yeah.
Does it have a crunch to it? Of course it.
The sauce. Yeah, the sauce is not crunchy in itself.
There's then the chicken gives you the crunch.
Exactly, and so it works. And then the other one that is quite nice is the jalapeno cream sauce, which is kind of green and spicy.
I can get on anything with jalapeno.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. And so that's the plainer version. But why we have banban is, like you said, you want a bit of flavour, so let's go for that as well. You can see the colour. So is that just the same fried chicken, and then it's just tossed in the sauce afterwards?
Yes, and usually in a wok, hot, but doesn't have to be. If you want to make it real simple at home, you could just make up your sauce and kind of like dredge it on and toss it in a bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of like you do chicken wings, It comes straight out of the fryer that second time and then toss it in the sauce.
Nice.
But what you'll see in restaurants here is they'll have another wok on the side of the fryer. And it's got the sauce getting really hot in there. And then they toss that chicken in that hot sauce and boom, serve, done.
This is the flavour you want as soon as it touches your tongue. And obviously, this one is not crunchy because it's got the sauce on it, right? If you have it straight out the pan, maybe it will still be crunchy, but usually even when it's delivered, it's got a little bit soggy. It's not about that texture.
Fat and sugar and salt.
So it's so sweet, isn't it? But that's the whole point of this. And yeah, spice level is like out of 10, 0.5, maybe 1, right? There's no like searing heat at all. And then the sesame seeds are just there as a finishing garnish, right?
Really good.
After the fried, to give you that flavor boost. These things, easy to do at home, Ryan, because I don't think hardly any are doing fried chicken at home in Korea, right? It's not common to have a deep fat fryer or anything like that.
Nobody does that, yeah.
But abroad, people will deep fry things. You'll deep fry chips and maybe even fish in the UK for fish and chips. So you reckon this could be easily done for our viewers abroad?
Absolutely.
You just need a big pan, like with a certain level of oil. It needs to cover all the chicken. Like it needs to be deep enough.
Yeah, it's better if you can cover it. Of course, you could turn it, but then you have to be more attentive to it.
Yeah.
The real trick is, guys, so cut your chicken into pieces. And here in Korea, or in most of Asia even, we don't try to part them out at the joints.
No.
We just go right through those bones.
Yeah, and you've even got the neck as well.
The neck's in there. Yeah, I always share it with Luna. Yeah. Cut them into those pieces. Dredge them in cornstarch. Sometimes there's some garlic powder, some onion powder mixed into that cornstarch. And that's all dry ingredients, right? And that is going to be like the glue that holds the batter to the chicken.
Yeah.
And your batter also is just cornstarch or potato starch. And maybe some minced ginger. This one definitely has a little bit of minced ginger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Baking soda or baking powder to get that puff, if you like that. Then straight into the hot oil, and we're talking 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
And go. It depends on the size of the chicken. Here, we tend to use smaller birds.
Yeah, and smaller cuts as well.
Right,
Like the biggest bit is maybe the leg or a bit of the breast, maybe.
Yeah, leg, thigh joint could be the one that would take the longest to cook. 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Take it out. Put it on a little rack over paper towels. Let it sit there for at least like 8 or 15 minutes, and then fry it again.
If you eat it after just one fry, it's still like fried chicken and crispy, but just not the double crisp.
Right.
Okay.
And then when you get that double crisp, you can really handle this sauce. And that's the trick. That's when you really get that crunch.
Yeah.
And even on delivery, even these brands, they have figured it out years ago. It's in a box, and maybe it's in that box for like 10 or 15 minutes because the delivery drivers aren't having to drive that far here with 40,000 chicken restaurants. And so you get it, and it's been in this box steaming, but it's still crunchy. You still get that.
Because they got the holes in the box as well, to let it breathe and things like that. And then so for the sauce to come up with that, like you say, you need to have it hot as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so the main ingredients are ketchup.
Usually ketchup and gochujang, a little bit of soy sauce, definitely some minced ginger, garlic. Then you got to garnish with toasted sesame seeds always too.
And then any oil in that sauce in the pan just to like coat it a little bit, or you don't need that?
You could have, no, you don't get a real strong flavor of any chamgidam or anything like that. Yeah.
No. So then just toss it in there.
Double check before for the shiny, of course. Of course.
Bouillon.
Yeah, bouillon. Yeah.
We need that rice syrup.
Rice syrup. But rice syrup, remember, isn't super sweet as it is like honey or like a corn syrup.
Not at all, right?
But for that shiny sweetness.
And you can see
and a
the
little bit of
sheen,
vinegar, of course, to kind of balance it out.
I mean, we've got another photo to show here. There is the sheen that you will get, right? It's almost like glass in a way.
And that's another way to do it. This one just has a little bit on top, but you can go to these places where they serve just tons of scallions or Korean leeks that are shredded like this.
Padak.
Yeah, padak.
That's one of my faves.
Yeah,
because it's
so
healthy,
good.
right? But you got the part. You got the green onions.
It definitely cuts the fat having that. And you think just raw onion on top is weird, but no, when you get a good bite with that, it just balances out. It's kind of like when you get those Chinese steamed buns with the hoisin sauce and the duck.
Yeah,
and you put a little bit of leek on top.
Exactly.
And without that leek, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes they give you the cucumbers. I feel without the cucumbers, it works fine because I hate cucumbers. And you never see cucumbers on chicken here in Korea. Don't do that. Let's get to a song. We'll be back with What's in Your Fridge. We'll talk more about chicken as well. There really is no end to this. Here is Changmi Yeogwan's Chicken of Evil, Mahasong의 Chicken. The little chicken sound at the end. Bok, 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 bok. I'm not sure how I feel about that, having just consumed a chicken now. I feel a little bit guilty. But I was filming, and I showed our listeners the photo. I was filming with Fabian yesterday and Alberto. And Fabian said that 10 years ago, he did a show where you had to pick out at random, like, a dish in Korea, and then you'd cook it from scratch to, like, the finished masterpiece. He got fried chicken, and he had to go to a chicken farm, like, where they were free range, catch it, kill it, and then cook it. And, have you had to, like, dispose of chicken? And he said the way he was taught was, like, break the neck. And that was how he did it. He said catching the chicken was not as hard as he thought because he was taught a technique where you'd swoop under for the legs and then grab them by the feet, and he did that quite well. But hearing that, I was like, I don't think I could do that.
I've heard my mom and my aunts all talk about their grandmother grabbing a chicken and,
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Break the neck and then, I've had to do it for my farm landlord. One time he's like, Itawaba.
It's like, come and try this.
He's like, I got too many chickens. You got to work for me today. And I was stuck slaughtering poultry all day.
Is there a industry way to do it?
Well, what we did was I just had really, really sharp knife just to make it real quick.
Okay.
And then you have a thing of a big kamasot, like a giant Korean cauldron of boiling water next to it, and you just dunk after you dunk in that boiling water just for
with the feathers on and everything.
It makes it a lot easier to pluck all the feathers. Boom, boom, boom.
Wow!
And then you do all the gutting and everything else.
Interesting.
Not my favorite thing to do in the world.
I can imagine.
Doesn't make the chicken taste better.
Okay. Peter says, don't forget the 양배추 ketchup and mayonnaise salad. 최상의 조합. Yeah, in the old school places, the chopped cabbage, and then the dressing is literally mayonnaise, ketchup.
Just talking about that yesterday,
And it still tastes good.
Yeah.
Again, the sugarness and everything and the fat. And it makes you feel better because it's cabbage, but it's probably lots of calories.
You need some cabbage.
Yeah.
You need something better for you.
Eilis says, wow, it looks so yummy. You guys are eating it so deliciously. Ryan is a trooper, like just the bones left. And that's how Koreans traditionally do it.
I ate some of the bones, too.
Wow. Like the cartilage and stuff like that is totally fine if you chew on it, right?
I mean, I've been doing that since I was 3 years old. I ain't stopping now.
Wow. In Korea, I gotta say, there is, and my kids are a distinct like sign of this. There's now like sunsalpa and 뼈파. So the family that likes, or the group that likes boneless, because you can get all types of chicken now the same boneless.
Right.
It costs more and you don't get as much for your money because the bones aren't in there, right?
Well, and I'll tell you a little pro tip that when you get the boneless stuff, that's definitely been frozen chicken.
Oh, really?
Because it's so much cheaper, guys. But of all the proteins, well, fish maybe more so, but yeah, chicken is just, I mean, beef, if you freeze it and thaw it out, it's still pretty darn good. Pork as well, but chicken, it just loses so much. It loses so much. So if you're doing the boneless, just know that breast meat especially is gonna be just dry and not so good, so avoid that.
Yeah, there's my favorite, and we could have gone through loads of flavors, but we're already running out of time, and I see one what's in your fridge come in. My favorite flavor, honey combo. It's from the K brand. It is so sweet and delicious. That one yet. It's almost like candy on the outside, but it's really good. Let's get to a what's in your fridge before you go, Chef Ryan, because Raul has just sent one in. It says, I have eggplants Milanese, meatballs, cheese, bell peppers in the fridge, and on the shelf, rice, pasta, spices like oregano, garlic, paprika. What could I have?
Ooh, rice, okay, eggplant Milanese, you know, is kind of like an eggplant donkasu. Right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, like a battered eggplant.
Yeah. So what if to try to make it a little more Korean? So you don't ever see that here. I've seen donkasu done with of course pork, chicken.
Yeah.
I've even seen some with beef here, not very common.
Yeah.
I've even seen some with tofu.
Oh.
Where it's a battered tofu steak.
Yeah.
So why don't we try to make a version with eggplant, but make it more Korean?
Oh.
So the way we do that is usually a donkasu here has a lot of bankaru or breadcrumbs that are kind of like panko, if you've ever seen that. They're pretty long and it gives this lovely texture when you bite into it. So I don't know how your eggplant is battered, but we could just do it again.
Yeah.
You know, dredge it in the egg, and then a breadcrumb, like a panko, and get a thick layer of that.
Yes.
And then normally you would serve that with, it's kind of an apple cinnamon sauce when it comes to the pork or the chicken one.
Yeah.
With eggplant, I think that could work too, because you have those kaji bokums, the eggplant stir fries that have the sweet element. So lovely. So, and then you could serve that with the rice as well.
And then maybe the other thing, we mentioned it earlier, chopped cabbage you often get with donkasu.
There you go.
But really thinly chopped.
They're super, super thin.
Yeah.
And just like Peter was saying, man, I can't believe I'm telling you, mayonnaise, ketchup, maybe a little bit of sugar, maybe a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah.
And that's the old school go-to. Because cabbage is just like the cheapest of vegetables for the bulk, Yeah.
And when they're really thinly sliced, the texture changes completely. I love it that way. And the donkasu places nowadays here, they don't go so much for that old school that you get with the fried chicken. They've either got like chimaek creamy sauce, the sesame seed like creamy one,
right,
or the yuja sauce, the like yuzu one, which is kind of more healthy. It's a bit more complicated to make, but give it a try, Raul, and let us know. Oh, we got one more comment.
Okay.
Chef, can we do it as well?
Okay.
Steve says, I got pork chops, scrambled eggs, carrots, cooked bok choy and spinach, mashed potatoes, and corned cob.
Okay.
Is corned cob the same as corn on the cob?
Corn on the cob,
okay.
Right, yeah. Okay. I don't know if your pork chops are bone in or not, but okay. Well, it was spinach, and what was the other green? Bok choy, right?
Bok choy, yeah.
Let's do the bok choy.
And carrots as well.
And carrots and scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, interesting.
Man, a couple of things come to mind. I love a bone-in pork chop with some sweeter elements, which also goes really well with the bok choy. So you could make kind of any kind of sweetener. It could be maple syrup or honey or sugar and a little bit of vinegar and soy or Yeah, or a hoisin or something like that. Or oyster
hoisin
sauce
would be good.
And that goes really well with bok choy. Another idea is if your pork chops aren't already cut really thin, then I've often cut a slit and stuffed those pork chops.
Nice.
You got to be a little more careful on the cook time. You definitely want to get it up to 63 degrees centigrade
inside,
internally for raw pork. But yeah, I love having that sweet element with that. You can make it a little more healthy, or you could. I think the spinach stuff could work pretty well. Carrots as well.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, mashed potatoes on the side with a sweetened, bone-in pork chop with the bok choy. That makes good sense to me.
That would be absolutely perfect, isn't it? Raul says, I prefer to cook my food in the oven rather than frying it. And Ryan was saying as well that you're not a fan of fried food at all, right? Air fryers, are you a fan?
I have this crazy industrial convection oven, which is kind of similar,
so it can crisp it up without having to fry it. Or
absolutely, anything. I don't usually want to buy little home gadgets, for myself. So I haven't even really played with one.
Yeah, we have one, and it's a bit of marketing, to be honest.
Everybody loves them, though.
It's just a fanned oven, right? It's
totally
an air fryer name makes you think it's some new technology, but it's just like putting a fan into a little mini oven, and it does crisp things up without the oiliness to them. But still,
pretty genius.
Yeah, and because Koreans, we often don't have an oven built in our kitchens, at least the older builds. It's better than nothing for sure.
I tell you, if we had one here,
yeah,
we could have had crispy fried chicken.
Exactly. Yeah, reheating fried food.
It works.
It's really good. We had some leftover tangsuyuk, the fried pork, without the sauce, because we obviously do jingmok. You have to dip it in the sauce. We don't do pormok, pouring the sauce over. Put that in the oven, the air fryer, and it is crispy as the first day, basically.
Yeah, brings it right back to life.
So good. Ryan, thank you so much for coming in today.
My pleasure.
Hopefully the World Cup, Korea can go far. Brazil, your adopted country, and the US, and my country, England, we all go far. Maybe meet in the semi-finals, have chicken and beer together at 10 a.m.
Let's do it.
We're going to close off the show here as well. So Ryan's going to be back in his regular Tuesday slot next Tuesday for Dish of the Day. Look forward to that. This is Kim Min-sok of Melamans Summer Letter, 여름 편지. It's been your Daily Dose of Korea. #DailyK out. Bye-bye.